Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Well, hello there, everybody. It's so good to be back with you on the way to school. I took a little time off. Actually, I didn't take time off. Work just started working. So I didn't get in here and record anything for you, but I am so thankful for all the folks that reached out. Particularly, I'm thankful for Kathy Jones, who hit me yesterday on the way to school and was like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" So, Kathy, this is for you. Thank you for checking in on me. And I definitely have been thinking about all of you and the types of things that I could share and what we could talk about on the way to school. I want to make sure there's some good stuff for you, but also, hey, the school year is off and running. It's got legs, it's got roller skates, it's got everything. So there's been so much going on my side that I'll try to take my time and share and unfold. But today I want to talk about a dynamic that a lot of people don't find themselves in, but at some point in your career, you might find yourself in the position or opportunity to be what they call an internal candidate. An internal candidate for something such as a division head position, a department chair, any type of role where you already work there, you are among peers, and now you are going to consider moving into a role where you may end up having to manage or supervise some of those folks. So being an internal candidate is a very dynamic opportunity. And I was talking to a colleague of mine who I met about 2 weeks ago during a board retreat for an organization. And, we were talking about, their partner who applied for an internal role, didn't really get it, and had to go through the turmoil of folks knowing that they were an internal candidate in this, just kind of the dynamics that put them in. So I think these 3 tips will help anyone who is really thinking about putting their name in the hat for something at their current school where it is going to be a public external search. So the first suggestion and recommendation is you've got to start early. You should really know your intentions early enough to be clear on what the opportunity looks like, be clear on how you can organize your thoughts and situate yourself to take up that space. You don't want to look like you haven't been thinking about it or it's like a last minute thing because people aren't necessarily going to take you serious. So start early. You have the inside track because you're there. So why would you not study up and start getting your information as early as possible once you know that there's an opportunity coming? The other thing is you've got to prepare to reintroduce yourself because if you are a great complementary, role player in your current role, the people making the decisions aren't necessarily going to understand what you bring in this other space if you haven't demonstrated it. So you're going to have to reintroduce yourself in ways where you talk through your accomplishments, you talk through your abilities, you talk through everything that's transferable so that people can understand exactly what you're bringing into this new opportunity. And just because people have been polite, just because people have given you pats on the back or accolades, it does not mean that those accolades and that acknowledgement publicly is going to translate over into seeing you as the person for this opportunity. That is your job to help them understand it. It is your job to paint the picture and be ready when the energy shifts, when the conversation becomes more formal about that opportunity versus just something that it's like, giving you support on your aspirations that could have been 5 years down the road. Okay. So then the third thing you have to do is compete. You're not entitled to this opportunity. No one owes you any of it. You don't have to have it just because you're there. And usually when people are hiring or there's an opportunity, they're looking for something that they didn't already have, looking for something new, looking for a different perspective or a different take on it. So if your presentation is really just talking about being more of the same, well, if they wanted more of the same, they probably would have just appointed you or just, didn't have a process. So it's your job to compete. You have to realize there are people competing for this role from external organizations who are writing their cover letters in such a way, who are, preparing their social media presence in such a way, talking to people they know about this opportunity. And you can't take that for granted. You're not just trying to impress your colleagues in-house. You are competing against these people who are trying to essentially snatch this opportunity and make it their own. So if you do not understand the stakes of that, then you're just doing yourself a disservice, and it's no one's job to walk you through that, unfortunately. Sometimes you'll have a mentor or a sponsor or somebody in-house who can help you do that, but no one is required to make sure you get to that point. Okay. I say often leadership is truly beautiful. It's a powerful thing. I love being an administrator, but leadership is also lonely in a lot of ways. So you've got to be able to prepare, because you've got to be able to sustain yourself as well. And the more responsibility, the more challenge comes with that. So you've got to be ready. So again, those are my suggestions for folks who are thinking about or have been in the space of an internal candidate. And if you've had that experience, let me know. Let's talk about it, good or bad, because I think it's, once you achieve the role and you get in there, then onboarding and getting started is a totally different game plan. Okay, because now you are the leader of your peers. So anyway, hey, it's been great to get back on here and chat with you on the way to school. I hope you are having an amazing Friday. We've got homecoming tomorrow. We've got a volleyball court on the football field under the lights. It's big time. It's big time. So anyway, have a great weekend, folks, and hope you're doing your best on the way to school. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.